Hi everyone, we're Travel of Johnny and Will, and today we're going to give you our tour and review of the Travelodge Southampton Central Hotel.
So we booked this hotel online for one night stay before heading off on our cruise. Today we're heading off on Anthem of the Seas from Southampton to France and Spain. Whenever we booked this online, we decided to pay for the early check-in, which is £10, and that means that you can check in to your room anytime from 12 noon. The usual check-in time is 3 p.m, but as we knew our flight was getting in early, we knew that we would probably be arriving here just before 12. So we thought, an extra tenner, why not?
And check-out on the next day is at 12 noon.
The other good thing about paying the extra £10, folks, is, and we didn't actually learn this until we came to the hotel, is that if you arrive here early, there is a sign at reception to say that there is no storage facilities for luggage.
Yeah.
So we're kind of glad we paid the £10 because realistically we would have then ended up touring around Southampton for 3 hours with luggage. So just an important point, pay the extra tenner, get your room early. It means then if you arrive early you don't need to worry about your luggage.
And another thing, upon checking in, just to the right of the check-in desk there's a small bar, and then there is an on-site restaurant as well, which we'll come to later on.
If you're coming here by car, there is a car park next to the hotel. It is quite small, and obviously spaces are limited. You can park there. It's first come, first served. Whenever you get into the hotel, you can get your ticket validated by entering your reg on a tablet at reception. That means that you pay £6 for 24 hours, and you can stay up to a maximum of 3 days. Another point just about that parking is that if you're a blue badge holder, that means that you are exempt from those charges.
Okay, moving on to the room. So we had booked a standard room, and this is the new updated design for Travelodge, which you'll see around. And just in terms of the other rooms available on the hotel, there's accessible rooms, and then there is something that Travelodge like to call the super rooms. But we have booked just a standard room. So just basically from the website, the features that a standard room includes are the following. So obviously you get your king size bed, your ensuite bathroom with the shower and complimentary hand, hair and body wash. You've got your hospitality tray, USB charging ports at each side of the bed and at the desk.
Yeah, that was really handy.
That was, yeah.
Because as well as those USBs, there's also plug.
A plug as well, so like 3 devices then, or as many as you need with the plug. Bedside reading lights, as you can see. The desk, as I've mentioned, with a lamp and a chair. Blackout curtains, an armchair in the room. TV with the free view. Obviously your linens. Fortunately, it's only 30 minutes of free Wi-Fi, or, this is actually what we did, £3 for 2 devices for 24 hours. We would recommend doing it. You're on Vodafone, I'm on O2. We struggled with signal, even though we had 5G, 4G, whatever we had. But at £1.50 each, that's a no-brainer to us to upgrade to that. And then available on request, you can get your hairdryer and ironing board from reception. And also, if you have young children, cots are available on request.
So, looking around the room here, the good points we found was the bed was super comfy. The USB points and sockets, which were mentioned before, on either side of the bed.
And there's plenty of sockets about. There's one at the mirror, 2 at the desk, and then at the bed. So,
even though the room is of a sort of smaller size, if you did have like a family or kids,
plenty of places to plug in. Yeah, definitely.
To charge devices. The armchair was quite comfy. I used it quite a bit whenever we were just sort of chilling and watching TV. And the shower this morning was quite powerful.
It was good.
And easy to operate. The temperature was fine.
Unfortunately, a shower curtain, but because of the size, it actually didn't bother me at all.
No, definitely not. So looking at sort of maybe like the negatives though about the room now, obviously the big one for us during our stay, so we're staying and it's May, and the weather is great, and I think it's the sort of like the best weather we've had whenever we've travelled to Southampton, but it is really hot, and the room doesn't have any sort of air conditioning. They do provide you with a fan that you can put on the desk, which we literally had going the whole night.
Yeah, and even right now we have a small portable fan, which is a little bit quieter, and it's running because we are
super
hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is super hot. So, and we did, things like, whenever we went out yesterday afternoon and we closed the curtains and things like that, just to try and block out any sunlight. But yeah, the whole night the room was hot, which did prevent me, unfortunately, having a good night's sleep.
Yeah, like it's warm. Yeah, but the duvet was quite thin,
Yeah.
so they know these rooms are hot. But it's weird because you step outside to the corridor, it's cooler, instantly cooler.
Yeah.
You get down to the bar and restaurant area, and it is like a fridge.
Yeah, it's got great
And
AC.
it's nice.
Yeah. As well as that, then, with our bedside lights,
Yeah,
the
the
little
lights
lights
you
on
can
either
see there,
side, these are quite bright white.
They're very blue white, nearly.
Yeah. So, and then there's whereas on top of the bed there's nearly like a strip light, which is like a warm light, which is okay.
Unfortunately, ours didn't work.
Ours was on the blink, quite literally, it was blinking. The bathroom is a wee bit snug, however, I found the shower was of decent size.
Yeah, I think that it was a snug bathroom, but there was no issues. It's just that it was a little bit smaller than maybe what we're used to in the likes of a Premier Inn, but it didn't cause any issues.
No, definitely not. So quite often, whenever we stay in Southampton, we literally just book bed and breakfast, and then we end up going out somewhere to eat. We were going to do that last night, but then we decided then just that we wanted to check out what the hotel restaurant had to offer, because well, again, it sort of gives us a whole overview of the full experience of staying in the Travelodge.
Yeah, and I think as soon as we got down to that area where the bar restaurant is, and as soon as we realised that they were running that AC at refrigerator temperatures, we didn't leave. And actually, it wasn't even busy either. So
No.
it was the perfect temperature. It was nice and calm. It was clean.
Very clean.
Easy to get service because there was little people there. So we were just like, let's just stay here. So yeah, we did decide to have dinner on the on-site restaurant. And just in terms of the menu, there was like light bites, so like little sausages, garlic flatbreads, chicken skewers, just to name a few of the little starters. Then there was like a pizza menu. And then some of your more standard means like steak and eel pie,
A pasta dish.
there was pasta dish, curry, and then there was a selection of burgers and then sides and also desserts.
Yeah, I literally had a chicken burger, and basically you can add either a dessert or an extra side, and it basically was £14. So literally I ordered the
very
chicken burger,
reasonable,
which
yeah.
came with chips. I ordered a side of onion rings as well, so that we could share, and like it was £14, which is a real good
Yeah.
price, especially for this area.
I just had a selection of the small plates, and again, the food wasn't out of this world, but I think combined with the environment we were in and how we were feeling that day in the warm weather, it
Yeah.
was just exactly what we needed.
Yeah, we just wanted something
Yeah.
pretty simple. You had like a couple of chicken skewers,
Yeah.
cocktail sausages, and like a chili jam. It was just sort of basic food, but that's all we really wanted, and we sort of just wanted something very easy and something we could pick at.
Yeah.
And sometimes whenever it is hot, that's all you really want, is something easy and something you can like pick at.
Yeah.
So, and again, the staff, the guy that was working last night was called Reese. He was really nice and pleasant, and chatted every time and kept back to make sure that we were
was
okay,
lovely, yeah.
and to make sure that we were happy with our food. And yeah, I couldn't have faulted the service
No, I
either.
honestly couldn't have, no. And then just this morning, we had pre-booked our breakfast, and if you haven't pre-booked it, you can do that on arrival, and I think it's around £9.95.
I think it's £9.95, yeah.
£9.95, yeah. So again, not priced out of this world.
And if you're travelling with kids, they eat free.
Yeah. So it was quite surprising. It was all set out just along the wall on one side of the restaurant. And obviously you had your cereals and granola, your tea, coffee and juices, your yogurts, fruits, jams and your pastry selection. And then also your toast with your hot selection.
Yeah, and it's not a huge area that they've set up, but it really works.
Yeah, it really works,
And,
yeah.
and I think sometimes the more things you offer people, then, the longer people takes to make up their mind as to what they're going to have and things. But, I had yogurt and granola to begin with, and some fresh fruit with that. I also then had a cook selection with toast. And like the food was hot, it was warm,
Yeah.
and you know, and it was really delicious.
I really liked the beans. I thought they.
Will never really eats, if you follow
No.
our vlogs, Will very rarely eats a cook selection, but today he had bacon, beans,
And a hash brown.
and a hash brown. So it was a big.
With my usual cereal and fruit.
Yeah, so it was a big plus then for Will to even go there, that extra bit for a cooked breakfast. But again, it was quite a calm environment.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't busy. We went down at 8:30, wasn't it? And not busy at all. You know, get your seat, and it was great. And because you were so close to it, you didn't have to worry about someone else taking your seat. You just leave the juice, and you know, yeah, convenience would be the word of the day.
Would we stay here again? One thing to remember, and we should have probably discussed this as part of the positives about this hotel, is the location. It's super handy for the West Quay Centre, for the
And that main shopping street.
main shopping sort of streets. There's loads of sort of restaurants and things nearby. About would you say a 5-minute walk to the Mayflower Park?
Oh yeah, 5 minutes.
About a 5-minute walk to the Mayflower Park. We plan to walk to the cruise terminal this morning because we know it's going to take about 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, so we're embarking from the City Cruise Terminal, which is just the first one after Mayflower Park.
So again, the location is really handy.
It is.
And like I say, we have found the hotel to be really clean. It just doesn't smell clean. It actually looks clean. But would we stay here again? I think for me, the temperature in the room is the big no for me. I would definitely stay here in the cooler months.
Yeah, the lack of AC in these rooms, especially when this room or this space that we experienced in the hotel was the hottest space out of the entire hotel.
Yeah.
So that's just not really good for us because we both run hot and we like to be at a cooler temperature always. So yes, winter months maybe, but definitely not summer months. Like if it was, like imagine it was 25 degrees versus the 18-20 we're getting today, we would be absolutely
two puddles of water.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't.
So I think if you don't mind the heat, definitely. We picked this hotel basically because we haven't stayed here before. We wanted to experience it. It was priced really reasonable. We'll actually put the price in the description below because I can't remember it now. and again, because of its location. So if you don't mind the heat, definitely, this is an okay stay.
Yeah. If you like this video, please consider giving us a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.